Have you ever noticed something strange? Most people don't fail because they are lazy. They don't fail because they are not smart. And they definitely don't fail because they don't have talent. They fail because they make their dreams too small. Think about it. Every morning, you wake up with plans. You tell yourself that one day your life will be better. One day you will be successful. One day you will become the person you want to be. But then the day passes. You scroll through your phone. You compare yourself to others. You get distracted. And before you know it, nothing changes. The scary part is this. You are not stuck because your goal is too big. You are stuck because your goal is too small. And today, I want to tell you the story of a boy who discovered this truth in the most unexpected way. His name was Ayan. Ayan was an ordinary boy. He studied in an ordinary school. He got average grades. He lived an average life. Nothing about him looked special. His daily routine never changed. Wake up, go to school, come home, waste time, and sleep. Then repeat everything again. Like many people, Ayan dreamed about success, but his dreams were small. He never imagined building something great. He never imagined creating a remarkable life. His biggest goal was simple. If I can get a stable job, life will be fine. That was it. One afternoon, something happened that completely changed the direction of his life. During class, his teacher asked a simple question. What do you want to become in the future? The classroom instantly filled with answers. I want to be a doctor. I want to be an engineer. I want to start a business. Then it was Ayan's turn. He stood up and quietly said, I just want a stable job. The teacher looked at him for a moment. Then the class continued. But after school, the teacher called Ayan aside. Why so small? He asked. Ayan looked confused. Sir, I'm just being realistic. The teacher smiled. No, he said. You're being afraid. Those words hit Ayan harder than he expected. Afraid? He walked home thinking about that sentence again and again. For years, he believed he was practical. For years, he believed he was making smart decisions. But what if the teacher was right? That night, he couldn't sleep. The next morning, Ayan approached his teacher. Sir, what do you mean by thinking small? Instead of answering directly, the teacher gave him a challenge. Tonight, forget reality for a moment. Come back tomorrow and tell me the biggest dream you can imagine. Not what seems possible, what you truly want. For the first time in his life, Ayan allowed himself to think without limits. That night was different. He imagined helping his family live comfortably. He imagined traveling across the world. He imagined creating something meaningful. He imagined becoming someone people respected. His dream became bigger, much bigger. But something else grew too. Fear. Suddenly his mind filled with questions. What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if I'm not good enough? And that was the moment Ayan realized something powerful. The size of your dream determines the size of your fear. Small dreams feel safe. Big dreams feel dangerous. The next day, Ayan shared his new dream with his teacher. His voice shook, but his eyes carried something new. Hopi. The teacher listened carefully and nodded. Good, he said. Now you're finally thinking. Ayan hesitated. But sir, what if I fail? The teacher leaned closer. Then he said something Ayan would never forget. You were already failing. At least now you have a chance to succeed. That sentence changed everything. Ayan didn't suddenly become rich. His problems didn't disappear overnight. Nothing around him changed, but something inside him did. From that day forward, he stopped asking one question. What is safe? Instead, he started asking, what is possible? At first, nobody noticed the difference. He still lived in the same house. He still faced the same challenges. But his mindset had changed. And mindset changes behavior. Behavior changes results. Instead of wasting hours every day, he started learning new skills. Instead of avoiding difficult situations, he started facing them. Not perfectly, not every day, but consistently enough to move forward. Of course, the journey wasn't easy. Some days he failed. Some days he doubted himself. Some days the old voice returned. The voice that whispered, "Who do you think you are? You're not special. This dream is too big for you." But every time those thoughts appeared, Ayan remembered something important. Thinking small had never protected him. It had only trapped him. Months passed, then years. The road remained difficult. There were setbacks, disappointments, moments when quitting felt easier than continuing. But something unexpected started happening. New opportunities appeared. People began taking him seriously. His confidence slowly grew. Not because life became easier, but because he became stronger. One day, Ayan looked back at the boy he used to be. The boy whose biggest dream was simply a stable job. And he smiled. Not because that dream was wrong, but because it was incomplete. That's when he understood a lesson that most people never learn. You don't grow into big dreams. You think into them first. Everything begins in your mind. Your thoughts create your limits. If your thinking is small, your life will stay small. If your thinking expands, your possibilities expand too. But here's the truth nobody likes to hear. Thinking big is uncomfortable, it is painful, because the moment you imagine a bigger future, you see the gap between who you are today and who you need to become. Most people don't want to face that gap, so they lower their goals. They call it being realistic. But many times, it is simply fear wearing a different name. Ayan wasn't successful because he had more talent than everyone else. He wasn't smarter than everyone else. He wasn't luckier than everyone else. He just made one decision. He chose to think bigger, even when it scared him. And maybe that's exactly what you need to do today. Ask yourself honestly, are your goals exciting? Do they challenge you? Do they make you nervous? Or are they comfortable enough to guarantee that nothing changes? Because comfortable goals create comfortable lives. And comfortable lives rarely become extraordinary. The life you want is probably on the other side of the fear you're avoiding right now. So stop asking what feels safe. Start asking what is possible. Because your future will never rise higher than your vision. And remember this, the biggest risk is not failing. The biggest risk is spending your entire life thinking too small. If this story made you think differently, then don't leave yet. Subscribe to the channel, because every week we share stories that challenge the way you see yourself and your future. And before you go, answer this question in the comments. What is one big dream you've been afraid to say out loud? Write it down, not for me, for yourself. Because the moment you dare to say it, your journey has already begun. I'll see you in the next story.